Now, here's your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jim Flowers.
Good evening, everyone. If you're making your weekend plans, plan on some heat. Although tonight will actually be fairly comfortable in terms of overnight lows. Typically, we don't see lows around 70 in the middle of a heat wave, but we do have some dry air to play with tonight, so readings won't be that bad. We are looking at possible stretch of 100s beginning on Saturday. Could last into early next week. And there is some cooler air in sight toward the end of the week. Timing for that this far out, still up for grabs, but as we head toward Thursday and probably Friday, we should begin to tap some of that cooler air. Across the area right now, temperatures are far from cool. Readings upper 90s to about 100. Slightly cooler readings in Denison, Carroll, and Atlantic. 98 in Fremont, still 100 in Beatrice, and currently 100 in Norfolk. The heat index in Omaha is now up to 103, 98 in Fremont, above or near 100 from Beatrice and York up toward Columbus and Norfolk. Not much showing up in terms of any relief on the satellite and radar. There have been some thunderstorms in southwestern portions of South Dakota, but they are forecast to dissipate shortly after sunset tonight. Sky Alert Live Doppler radar. Not much happening now, nor is it forecast to here over the next several days, so we'll take you down toward a street level with temperatures in our area neighborhoods. Midtown readings are typically a little bit warmer. That is the case tonight with readings in Boys Town, Westgate, and La Vista at or above the 100-degree mark. Those of you that are heading outdoors this evening, maybe head and take a dip at the pool or possibly to stand in line for the dark night this evening. Temperatures at 7 o'clock, still in the 90s. 93 Omaha, 94 in Elkhorn. As we move toward 10 o'clock tonight, again, generally fair skies, still pretty warm out. We'll call it partly cloudy at 10 o'clock. Readings in the lower 80s. So once the sun sets, temperatures will start to tail off. And then as we go throughout the night and into tomorrow morning, this is where we start to tap a little bit of drier air, and that will allow temperatures to settle back at 7 a.m. to around 70 in Omaha and Papillion and 71 in Elkhorn, which really isn't too bad considering we're in the middle of a heat wave. Over the next hour, about 93 degrees, sunshine and hot, 82 degrees, clear skies, mild out as we head toward 10 o'clock. Now, over the next 3 days, Saturday, close to 100, Sunday, probably close to 100, and then the balance of the forecast shows that 100-degree mark sticking around into Tuesday, which is where things will peak. And then as we go through time, by the end of next week, Thursday or Friday look to be that transition day when we may tap some lower 90s. And we may get into a pattern where we have some ridge rollers, John. Nicely. Ridge rollers coming out of western South Dakota in terms of maybe a shower or storm. This is way too far out to talk about it, but there's a possibility that as things kind of back up and we tap that cooler air, you start to see these storms come out of western South Dakota, and some of them could move across the area. Hopefully, that's what we'll get into.
Starting right at Mount Rushmore and then heading
and they head over toward Pier and Phillip and then make the turn southeast. Ridge runners.
Well, watch for that.
Yeah, there'll be a Blue Book exam, so write that down.
There's Mallory now, more local news.
Let's catch you up on some of the day's other news, which you can find on WOWT.com.